The movie begins with the brilliant geneticist Litvenko, who successfully created humans without emotions, fear, or regret, calling them agents. These agents were perfect killing machines. Dr. Litvenko was working on this program for a secret organization, but after a while, he decided to leave everything behind and disappeared. The government, afraid of the program being exposed, shut it down. Some agents managed to escape and vanish. After some time, a group of scientists resumed working on the program, but all of them failed. Their primary goal became to find Dr. Litvenko, as he was the only one who succeeded in developing the program. The one in charge of the mission was Dr. Del Riego, but he couldn't find Litvenko's whereabouts. 6 years later, Del Riego discovered an old photo of Dr. Litvenko's daughter as a child and managed to identify her current appearance. They had hoped that this daughter would lead them to her father. Eventually, they were able to locate Katya, Litvenko's daughter, who was living in Germany. Meanwhile, someone was detected uploading virus files into the organization's systems. When they realized an attack was underway, the guards quickly escorted Del Riego out of the building. On their way, the first car was attacked and blown up by a bomb, and the driver of the second car was fatally shot, but the third car carrying Del Riego managed to reach safety. Del Riego was confused about what was happening and started asking the guards, only to find them dead. Suddenly, he found himself face to face with Agent 47, who had killed the guards. Agent 47 informed him that his superiors were trying to restart the program. Del Riego responded by telling him they had found Dr. Litvenko, who was now working on creating a new generation of agents. Agent 47 explained that they hadn't yet reached Litvenko, but only discovered the location of his daughter Katya and demanded to know her whereabouts. When Del Riego refused to reveal the information, Agent 47 threatened him at gunpoint until he got the information he needed. Before leaving, Del Riego attempted to kill Agent 47, but he found a bomb in front of him that exploded, killing him. The alarms went off, and the guards tried to kill Agent 47, but he defeated them with ease. The head of the organization ordered his men to find Katya. In Germany, Katya was gathering information, trying to locate an unknown person she had been searching for a long time without success. While on a bus, someone was watching her. We learned that Katya has a special ability that allows her to sense what is happening around her. Agent 47 arrived in Germany and started looking for information on Katya. Meanwhile, Katya returned to her home, locking the doors with multiple locks due to her fear and anxiety. She looked at the numerous papers she had collected over time in her search for the person, but she felt frustrated and hopeless. She took a sedative to help her sleep. At the same time, Agent 47 received a call from Diana, informing him that another agent from the organization had managed to locate Katya and that he had 48 hours to complete the mission. Agent 47 prepared to go and kill Katya, but she sensed that someone was coming to attack her. She quickly gathered all her important papers and items and fled her home. When Agent 47 entered Katya's home, he didn't find her, but he discovered her medication and a map indicating where she would go next. Katya arrived at the train station and stole medication from a woman's bag. She met a man named John who told her that he was there to protect her and help her stay alive. At that moment, Katya could see Agent 47 approaching. John tried to convince her that he wasn't there to kill her, but to protect her. Katya asked why someone would want to kill her, and John told her that the same reason she was being hunted was why she couldn't find the person she was looking for. Katya was surprised when John asked if she knew where that person was, and he told her that she, in fact, knew the person's location. At that moment, Agent 47 arrived and started shooting at them. John told Katya to run and tried to fight Agent 47. A fierce battle ensued on the train, but Agent 47 survived and continued to chase Katya and John. After a long fight, Agent 47 killed the driver, forcing Katya and John to flee on foot. While they were on the run, John explained to Katya that he worked for the organization and was there to protect her because Agent 47 wanted to kill her. They reached the embassy, where Agent 47 soon caught up to them. John pulled out a weapon and started shooting, but the guards apprehended them. A detective spoke with Katya, asking why they were at the embassy, especially since John refused to speak. Katya told the detective that John wasn't her friend and that she didn't know him. She explained that someone wanted to kill her and that John was trying to help her. The detective asked who was trying to kill her, and at that moment, Katya realized that Agent 47 had already entered the embassy. At that moment, Agent 47 passes through the security gates, and the guards discover that he is carrying multiple weapons, so they arrest him. Later, the detective begins questioning Agent 47 about the dangerous weapons in his possession, asking for his identity and name. Agent 47 responds, telling him that his name is 47 and that he is an assassin here to kill Katya. Agent 47 threatens the detective with his family and demands to be released, which enrages the detective, who tells him that he is now under arrest and that he has the weapon. However, Agent 47 replies that it is he who has the detective, then slams the table, causing a bullet to eject from the weapon and break the chains that were binding his hands. He then kills the guards and the detective. At that moment, John manages to escape from the room, kills the guards, and frees himself. He takes Katya, and they escape from the embassy. Agent 47 disguises himself in military clothing and leaves the embassy, while John threatens an officer with a gun, steals his car, and he and Katya drive away from the scene. Katya demands that John explain what's happening, and he tells her that the person she has been searching for is her father, named Litvenko, a geneticist responsible for the program that created the assassins. He explains that the program modified human genes to make them smarter, faster, and stronger than regular humans, and that they have no emotions. Katya asks him what her connection is to all of this, and John tells her that the program has been restarted. They are creating new agents, and they need to find her father, believing she is the key to locating him. Meanwhile, Agent 47 is on top of a building, aiming his gun at them, and he fires, hitting Katya in the arm. The next day, John and Katya are in a hotel where John tends to Katya's wound and apologizes for telling her the truth about her father. Katya asks why they believe she can find her father, and John reveals that they found a file showing that her father modified her genes, giving her the ability to survive under extreme conditions. Katya realizes that the genetic modifications her father made lead them to believe she knows how to find him. She asks John for more information about her father, and he tells her that her father has lung cancer and is in critical condition, and that he loves orchids. Katya starts to envision her father's location, and the more information John provides, the clearer the picture becomes. Just before she tells John where her father is, Agent 47 appears, shoots John, killing him, and then kidnaps Katya. The head of the organization discovers that Agent 47 has kidnapped Katya, and we learn that John was working for the organization, and his true goal was to find Dr. Litvenko's location through Katya. Katya wakes up to find Agent 47 in front of her. He tells her that he decided not to kill her, but warns her that they will kill her as soon as they find her father. Katya asks him what he knows about her father, and when he touches her hand, Katya recalls old memories of a time when she and her father were escaping from the lab where her mother was killed in front of her. Katya remembers that Agent 47 was present at that time, as they were both part of the program. She asks Agent 47 why her father left her, and he tells her that she will have to find her father and ask him herself. She asks him to free her, and he tells her that she has much to learn. He then activates a large fan in the room, leaving her to figure out how to free herself. Katya manages to use her special abilities and frees herself from the rope, taking advantage of the fan's force. Agent 47 tells her that she took too long to free herself and explains that she is like him, perhaps even better. He tells her that her father programmed her to be able to hear and see everything and to detect danger before it happens. At this moment, the organization's soldiers arrive and storm the place. Katya uses her abilities to identify the guards' locations before they attack and informs Agent 47 of their positions, allowing him to take them out. John then appears and attacks Katya, demanding information about her father's location. Agent 47 intervenes and confronts John, commenting that he's in good health for a man who was supposed to be dead. They engage in a fierce fight. Agent 47 manages to stab John with a knife, but his body is unaffected. John strikes Agent 47, knocking him to the ground and aims a gun at him. At that moment, Katya shoots at the glass, causing it to shatter. The soldiers are drawn toward the large fan, and an explosion ensues. causing John to lose consciousness. Agent 47 and Katya escape the scene, and Katya asks how John survived being shot 4 times. Agent 47 explains that titanium armor is injected beneath the skin, making it strong and flexible, which is why John wasn't affected by the bullets. Agent 47 then asks Katya where her father is, and she demands that he promise not to harm him. Agent 47 agrees to her request. Katya then tells him that her father is in Singapore. Diana overhears their conversation and contacts one of the agents, instructing them to head to Singapore. Meanwhile, John returns to the hotel and searches through Katya's papers, discovering her father's location. He informs the head of the organization. Agent 47 and Katya then travel to Singapore. The organization is monitoring them through airport surveillance cameras. So Agent 47 disguises himself as a pilot and leaves the airport without drawing attention. Katya then manages to outsmart the surveillance systems and exits without being detected. The two head to a hotel, where Katya begins talking to Agent 47 and asks him about the mark on his head. He tells her that the numbers define them as agents. Katya tells him that her father is dying from lung cancer and can only breathe with the help of an inhaler. Katya then asks Agent 47 if he is truly human and whether he feels no remorse, fear, or love, as John had said. Agent 47 responds that the best part of this job is not feeling anything, but Katya questions this, saying it's hard for anyone to completely let go of their emotions. The next morning, Katya senses that someone is about to attack them. Agent 47 manages to fight off and eliminate the attackers. Katya wonders how they found them and realizes that the airport surveillance cameras had captured her image. The head of the organization orders John and his men to capture Litvenko and his daughter. At this point, Katya and Agent 47 arrive at the location, and Katya finally reunites with her father. Litvenko speaks to her, telling her that she wasn't supposed to come. Katya asks him why he left her and disappeared. He explains that he didn't want her to become part of what he was doing, so he stayed away to allow her to live freely. Katya tells him that his actions made her live in isolation and fear. Litvenko responds that he loved her mother very much, and she had wanted a child, which is why they had her. However, they were both afraid that the organization would find out and take her away from them, so they wanted her to live freely. Litvenko asks for her forgiveness, and as they talk, Agent 47 arrives. Litvenko tells him to kill him. Katya insists that Agent 47 is not there to kill him, but Litvenko replies that Agent 47 is programmed to kill. Katya tries to convince him that he's wrong, telling him that what defines who they are is not programming, but their actions. At that moment, a group of enemies attacks them, but Agent 47 manages to eliminate them within seconds. Everyone gets into the car to escape, but they find John in front of them, leading to an intense chase as soldiers fire at them. Agent 47 tries to evade them and asks Katya for directions, so she uses her abilities to identify the correct path and guides him. Agent 47 speeds up, breaks through the glass, and drives toward the building's exit, successfully passing the barriers. However, John's car crashes into them, causing their vehicle to flip over. Litvenko tells them that the head of the organization is behind all of this. Katya suggests that killing the leader would end everything. But Agent 47 explains that no one can kill the head of the organization because he never leaves his secure office and doesn't allow anyone inside. 14 agents have attempted to kill him, and they all failed. The soldiers attack them and tie the car with strong ropes to prevent it from moving. Agent 47 exits the car and starts shooting at the soldiers, eliminating them one by one. Meanwhile, Katya tries to help her father, Litvenko, escape, but he gets shot in the leg and falls to the ground, unable to move. Litvenko asks Agent 47 to take Katya and leave. Agent 47 takes Litvenko's inhaler and puts it in his pocket, while Katya, devastated, refuses to leave her father. However, Agent 47 pulls her away and they flee the scene. Meanwhile, John captures Litvenko. Katya argues with Agent 47, insisting on returning to save her father, but he tells her they won't be able to do so. At the organization, John tries to force Litvenko to reveal how to create the agents, but he refuses to talk. John injects him with an experimental substance, to which Litvenko responds by saying that John is the result of a failed experiment. He tells John that the strength of an agent lies not in his body, but in his mind. And that's why John will never be as skilled as Agent 47. Despite the torture from the injection, Litvenko still refuses to speak. At this moment, Agent 47 manages to hack into the organization's security system and monitors them through the surveillance cameras. John takes a second injection, and just then, the head of the organization enters the room, ordering John and everyone else to leave. The head speaks to Litvenko, expressing his admiration for creating enhanced human beings, and says that he wants to create new agents. He tells Litvenko that he has staked his company, reputation, and all his money on the success of this program. However, Litvenko refuses to help, and the head tells him that there is no difference between them, as he once created agents. Litvenko responds by saying that people change. The head tells him that he cannot escape from who he truly is, and that the secret to creating agents is in his mind. Litvenko clarifies that he does not want to create agents, but rather an army of them, and he refuses to assist in that. The head threatens to kill him, telling him that he will find his daughter, and if he cooperates, he will let her live in peace without harming her. Litvenko responds that achieving what the head wants will not bring peace. Meanwhile, Agent 47 negotiates with the head, telling him that he was using Katya to reach Litvenko, but the truth is that the secret lies within Katya herself. He reveals that her DNA contains the strength, speed, intelligence, and everything needed to create a new generation of agents. At this moment, Katya is in a helicopter in front of the building with her hands tied. She realizes that Agent 47 has tricked her. The head orders his guards to take Litvenko to a secure location, and Litvenko takes all the inhalers with him. Katya enters the building in the helicopter and destroys the area. John protects the head and escorts him to a secure room. Katya exits the helicopter and begins killing the guards, using her abilities to locate and eliminate them. Agent 47 enters the building disguised as a firefighter. When John and the head reach the secure room, they find Agent 47 there. He fires at the head, but John deflects the bullets with his hands. He orders the guards to take the head to safety. John engages in a fierce fight with Agent 47. Agent 47 shoots multiple bullets at John, but his body remains unaffected. John begins to retaliate, and they exchange powerful blows. In the end, Agent 47 manages to strangle John with an electrified cable, which leads to his death. Katya reaches Agent 47 and asks him where her father is. He tells her that he is on the rooftop. The two head to the roof, killing the guards along the way. At the same time, the head of the organization takes Litvenko with him and tries to escape aboard a helicopter. When Agent 47 and Katya reach the rooftop, they manage to kill all the guards. One of the guards attempts to shoot Katya, but Agent 47 takes the bullet for her. At that moment, the head escapes with Litvenko, and Agent 47 and Katya are unable to save him. Litvenko, proud of his daughter Katya, tells the head not to worry because he is sure they will reach her. After that, Litvenko presses the inhaler he is carrying, causing the helicopter to explode, killing everyone on board. Katya is deeply saddened by her father's death. Diana learns that Agent 47 has succeeded in his mission and eliminated the head of the organization, and she asks him if he has eliminated the second target. However, Agent 47 doesn't respond and throws away the phone. Katya asks Agent 47 what his real goal was from the beginning, stating that everything he did was to kill one man. Agent 47 replies that he did it all to stop the program for good and to set her free. He tells her that her father loved her and knew that if the head discovered her identity, he would relentlessly pursue her. Therefore, Litvenko sacrificed himself to save her. Agent 47 warns her that the building will now be flooded with agents. Katya responds that there's only one agent. At that moment, Agent 48 appears, looking like an identical copy of Agent 47. He tells them that Diana sends her regards, and a fierce battle ensues as they exchange gunfire.
If you want interesting movie recaps, like, share, and subscribe to follow us for more movie recaps.